Until you do it, I'm the boss.
That's
How
right.
about that?
You heard it here.
Of course, that is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez having one of her Supergirl moments. In fairness, this comes after a rather touching admission that she often looks in the mirror and doubts her own qualifications. Or at least she did until an email questioning the same thing woke up her inner feminist. That email made her say, "I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore." Now she's completely confident. She's the boss, people. The Democrats are so lost, so confused after doing nothing but hating the big orange man for 2 years, that they are completely undone by this photogenic young woman spouting Marxist tropes. They've spent 2 years trying to sabotage the president with fake Russian collusion, and here comes AOC killing it with reheated Bernie Sanders shtick. They're wondering, did we back the wrong horse in 2016? Suddenly, all the candidates jostling for position are signing on to the Green New Deal, which was a joke when Jill Stein was pushing it. They're trying desperately to cop a little bit of that AOC magic. There's just something about her. She's so young, so not ruined by the game, so not cynical, like they used to be when they still had souls. Oh, how she takes them back. After all, weren't they even younger than AOC when they had that awesome rap session on the roof of the dorm with that fiery revolutionary exchange student from one of those shithole countries down where Central America gets real skinny? Ah, those were the days. Che Guevara posters on the wall, quotes from the little red book scrawled on the peachy folders. Oh, to be young again. Oh, to be a cute woman of color rising up out of the proletariat to lead the charge into the future of equality and social justice. Who cares about age? Who cares about real-world experience? Fidel Castro was only 32 when he first led his army against Batista's corrupt regime. Che Guevara was even younger, and neither of them knew much of anything about the real world or human nature. Did they let that stop them? No. And why should AOC let the doubter slow her down? Like Che, she's taken a quick glance at the disparities that exist in society and determined that the playing field must be flattened by government. Really, really big government. Huge, ponderous, field-flattening government. She's come up with a kitchen sink plan so radically unbound by knowledge or common sense that it must be destiny. It's too crazy to be anything else. All of those nights in capitalist bondage, slaving away making $12 cocktails for bougie young execs, overhearing people say stuff, pouring another IPA and thinking, about, injustice and all. How could she not become radicalized? How could she not gird her loins and put together a grassroots campaign funded by donations and tip money and unseat Joe Crowley? Except that's not really how it happened, is it? No, not really. In fact, AOC is not exactly Jenny from the block. You wonder why she speaks just like a suburban girl from Westchester County? Well, that's because she is one. Her parents moved from the Bronx to lily-white Yorktown Heights before Alexandria hit first grade. She grew up there, and only then took advantage of a bunch of Hispanics-only scholarships that put her through college. It was after that she moved back to New York to be where the action was. And maybe she did make some half-hearted attempts at community organizing. But she didn't build a campaign from the scraps lying around. She was literally, to use her favorite word, recruited by a progressive pack called Justice Democrats. They put out a call for candidates, like America's Got Talent. She responded, and the young hustlers who run the pack knew a star when they saw one. You know the guy who managed her campaign and now works for her as chief of staff? He's the guy now being looked at for some shady dealings. His name is Saikat Chakrabarty. He's a Silicon Valley millionaire who decided to get into the kingmaker game. The PAC was founded by two powerful YouTube super progressives, Cenk Uygur of the Young Turks and Kyle Kulinski of Secular Talk, for the expressed purpose of taking over Congress. Uygur and Kulinski say they're no longer with the Justice Democrats. AOC isn't the only person they endorsed. They endorsed a whole bunch of intersectional young people of color, like Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib. But it was AOC that they really created. She had no ambitions toward public office before these young rich idealists came along looking for a working class girl with a big personality and a look tailor-made for internet stardom. You see, her district was ripe for a takeover. Joe Crowley is, pardon the expression, an old white man. a typical machine politician lounging comfortably in a seat that he never thought he'd be booted out of. His plan was to take over for Nancy Pelosi, if she ever retires. There are no Republicans in the 14th District, and white people are only 18% of the population. The other 82% is what demos call of color. And the overwhelming majority of them are Hispanic. So yeah, a young telegenic woman who speaks Spanish and had been building a Twitter presence since 2010 signed this girl up. The Green New Deal? There ain't nothing new about it. That thing was first seen making the rounds of hard-left environmentalists in Europe at least a decade ago. It was swiped by the Green Party and used to construct the platform that Jill Stein ran on in both 2012 and 2016. Saikat Chakrabarty graduated from Harvard, worked on Wall Street for a while, and then went west and built 2 successful tech companies. And then he got the itch for power. That's when he went to work for, guess who? Bernie Sanders. It was 2015. Saikat was 29. He's no dummy, this guy. He saw firsthand what the demos did to Bernie. He knew that white was out, male was out, and old was quickly going out. He knew that a young female of color was the way into politics and power. And just like that, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Not only does she trigger revolutionary memories in the old guard demos sitting in Congress like overfed cats, she plays Twitter politics like nobody else on earth. Nobody except Donald Trump, that is. So here's the game. Trump won because he spoke directly to the people. He focused on the working class because he'd been paying attention and knew that the Democrats had turned away from them. The demos had wandered off into the thicket of endless victim groups, locking down a voting block here and a voting block there, while also giving young white kids just out of college a chance to play hero by calling everybody to the right of them a bigot. That has played for a while, but it's just about played out. And Chakrabarty understood that. He saw a 70-something commie throwback almost steal the nomination from Hillary Clinton, who is the poster child for entrenched politicians beholden to big money. Say what you will about Bernie. He knows how to connect with young idealists and old ones who are a little bit ashamed of having left the revolution for a desk job. So don't think of AOC as a politician. Think of her as Saikat Chakrabarty's latest startup. He knows how to build a brand and get the word out, and he looks like a capitalist to me. So what now? Now we sit back and watch. We watch all of the would-be candidates clawing for position, trying to reinvent themselves as socialist champions of the working man and woman. We watch as AOC expertly uses social media to charm her way ever further into the hearts of the 18 to 34-year-old voters. If Chakrabarty can stay out of jail, he'll spend the next few years tinkering with the code. He'll adjust and readjust AOC's algorithms until she is as user-friendly as the Google homepage. I should really know better, but I can't resist making a prediction, so grain of salt, okay? Watch for Occasio-Cortez to back down from the new Green Deal after the current crop of Democratic presidential wannabes make idiots out of themselves defending it.
Like, guess what? I made a mistake. Deal with it.
Watch for the demos to divide along that line, with stalwarts like Dianne Feinstein pushing back hard against the new communists. I think that the Justice Democrats are counting on Trump winning in 2020. That will put Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez in the catbird seat. She'll be 35 with tens of millions of Twitter followers and 5 years in Congress when she throws her hat into the ring for 2024. Yeah, sorry, aging radicals, but no new Castro for you. It's going to be a slow burn charm offensive with Alexandria Occasio-Cortez gradually mastering the script. And if there is any sort of workers' paradise coming, it will look a lot more like Canada than it will like Cuba. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel and then click the little bell to get notifications.